Should I be aspiring to transfer to a more prestigious school? Or does prestige not really matter for engineering for finding a job? International student. I'm currently in pre-engineering at the University of Utah and my prereq courses are going quite well so far.
Utah.
I was wondering if I should bother thinking about transferring to a better school, because my end goal is definitely finding a job once I graduate and potentially getting a visa sponsored or being lucky and winning the visa lottery. I can tell the University of Utah Engineering Department is very serious, and are willing to spend more money than other departments, but I was wondering if I should be trying even harder in my next semesters to get a high GPA to keep an option of transferring open. I wouldn't be transferring to any school with a significantly higher tuition, but I've heard schools like Georgia Tech have basically the same tuition fees. Edit. Like apparently the ECE department for the University of Utah has a 99% job placement rate with like a median $88K salary, and the reason I'm asking is if a better school is even worth it if my current program seems solid enough. Maybe as an international student I'll need to try harder? Just want some opinions, thank you.
Yeah, in this instance, I don't really think it's worth trying to transfer. You're already at the school. Just finish it out. Um, I don't really think it matters that much. Again, we talked about this earlier with the Michigan versus MTU. I mean, if you really want to go to Georgia Tech, I mean, you can, but not everything is probably going to transfer. You're going to probably delay your graduation time, and then I wouldn't really mess with that. I mean, yes, the tuition might not be higher, but you're gonna have to take extra classes to make up for things because they're gonna have different general requirements than University of Utah. It's not gonna be a one-to-one transfer. You're gonna incur more costs by doing that. And Utah is a great school. First of all, I've heard of it, and that helps. I mean, people have heard, oh, University of Utah, big school, good football program, good at basketball. Oh, I bet they have a good engineering program too, because blah. That I mean, that's what goes through people's head, and then they, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. University of Utah has a lot of resources, good engineering school program. Let's see where University of Utah engineering school ranking. Ranked number 57 in best engineering schools. Yeah, dude, come on. Yeah, don't bother. It's not worth it. It's a great school, top 100 engineering program in the nation. It's solid. You don't need to transfer. And unless you just hate it there, but I mean, no. Once you've gotten your first job, nobody really cares where you went to school. Again, once you've gotten your first, repeat after me, everybody. Once you've gotten your first job, nobody cares where you went to school. Okay. So yeah, and not everything is going to transfer one for one. So in your instance, I would not transfer. You use a good program, don't worry about transferring. All that matters is that you get your first job, then nobody will care where you went to undergrad. UU has both the solid program and the brand recognition where people that don't know much about the program know that it's a big school. Your salary isn't going to change if that's your focus. I don't know somebody who went into my field, aerospace, who's paid more than their peers just because they went to MIT. The moment you graduate, you're put in the pool of barely qualified engineer along everyone else. Nobody cares. It's a perfectly good program. You don't need to switch. So that's my advice for you.
So much for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. If you liked it, make sure to check out the other videos down below that are recommended to you. And if you really like the podcast, make sure to subscribe right down there in the middle. Really appreciate it. It's free to you and helps us a lot out. And last but not least, the best way to help the show grow is to comment down below. So leave your comment if you have any thoughts about this segment.
Chasing payments, still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.